So we have now 51 participants in this e-learning series. I'll just put Randy Pino here as a panelist.
In case you're wondering, nasa labas po ako ng bahay kasi mas maganda yung dito, internet connection.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, Randy! Kinabahan ako kasi nandyan ka eh.
Madam,
Thank you lang Kuya Randy for the opening prayer.
namin ito. We are so excited to write our first book.
No? Iba yung first time eh. Kaya I'm expecting, ilan na to? 54 people launching their books very soon. This year probably. That's the challenge. Hi, William. Dapat nandito yung brother ko eh. si Kuya Gibo.
All right, let's start.
Yeah.
Sister Ayo, can we now start?
Sure, I'm ready.
Lloyd, sulat ko lang tong ano
All right.
Mag-share lang ako sa Facebook.
Okay. All right, so brothers and sisters, we welcome you all to this e-learning series by the Academy for Creating Enterprise. And this quarantine time, we are glad to have this kind of opportunity to learn from a lot of wonderful speakers the Academy provided. So this day, we have two e-learning series, and first one will be Sister Ayo. And before we start, and I will give later the introduction, we will invite Randy Pino to be our opening prayer.
Our most precious Heavenly Father, we are so much grateful for the wonderful day that we have. We thank the Father for the good conditions, good health. We are so excited for this moment that we may able to learn to write our first book with Sister Ayo. And we ask the Father as we move forward, we may able to learn and apply these principles in our daily activities in our lives so that we may able to make the most of our time and effort together with our adventures in life, to write it down and share it to our families and generations to come. We ask the Father for the guidance of the Holy Spirit that will touches our mind, touches our heart, so that we may able to the right thing and the right decisions in our daily activities in our lives. We thank the Father for all those brothers and sisters who really set aside a time for them to really learn about this e-learnings. We ask the Father to bless each and every one of us that we may able to be more productive and enjoy this quarantine time through learning. We ask the Father to give us more knowledge and wisdom as we learn the principles that we need. We love the Father and we know without thy help, we are nothing. This all we ask and pray in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
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 Thank you so much, Randy Pino, for the wonderful prayer. Right now, I will be privileged to introduce to you our mentor for today. So hold on. Let me just share a screen because I want you to see her. So our mentor for today is Sister Ayo Gutierrez. Um, she is, hold on. She is a poet, TV personality, and a professional speaker. She wrote and published more than 10 books, including the Amazon bestseller, Almost is the Same as Never, which she co-wrote with her husband. Her writings have been published in various international publications and online platforms. We are privileged to have her as our mentor for series on how to write our first book. I will now give the time to Sister Ayo.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Lloyd, for the kind introduction. I think everyone is ready. Maayong buntag. I'm here in Cebu City, and I'm very glad that you are all here. So before we start, let me just know if you are ready. If you are ready, type yes in our chat box. You can see the chat box on the bottom, middle, sa ating screen, sa inyong screen, or I don't know kung nasan siya. If you're ready, just type yes. Ayan, ready na silang lahat. All right, if you are, then I am ready. Let me just check if you are seeing my screen right now. Hindi importante yung face ko, yung screen natin. Okay? Are you seeing this, How to Write Your First Book? All right, good, let me start. By the way, we also have another icon here that's for the Q&A. If during the presentation, a question will come to your mind, just type it there sa Q&A natin. So I'll be speaking Taglish today because I think most of our attendees are Filipinos. But there's someone who actually chatted a while ago na if this could be in pure English. I don't know, maybe she needed that. But anyway, welcome to our webinar. This is How to Write Your First Book. And if you know, Ayo Gutierrez is just my pen name. My real name is Caroline Abangan, but my mother asked me to use the Gutierrez. So it's an honor that I give to her, right? Now, you might be wondering if I will be giving free webinar slides, and the answer to that is absolutely. Aside from that, the webinar slides will be saved in PDF format. But aside from that, I'm also giving you some writing tools. One is mind mapping tool. The other one is basic book outline. And then you also have a writing plan schedule. Everything that you need to get you started in your book writing. Okay? I think there are like, hindi lang to tatlo. I'm still giving more. And if you need this, I'll be giving you the instructions later how to access all of this slides and these forms. Lloyd showed you this to you a while ago. It's not for the sake of bragging, but just letting you know some of the works that I published, mostly on Amazon. Some of these are on selected national bookstores. If you can see my cursor, the Bars from the Far East was the very first book that I published. It's a poetry collection, and I collaborated with some writers here, a total of 17 writers. So I ventured in the far, in literature with having a lot of writers on my side already. And then these are just some of the book covers I'm showing you. Mostly these are poetry books. And just recently, I launched the GMGA Publishing under the GMGA Entertainment Productions. Some good news to tell you. Well, this June 2020, I will be releasing my book. I co-wrote with Edento Oroso. This is You Too Can Write, a complete guide for writers. And the other one, which I'd like to tell you, is I am releasing another book. By this time, I'll be with some of the market leaders here in the Philippines, our thought leaders. Siguro kilala niyo si James Pantone, no? James Pantone, the only Filipino certified by Michael Gerber, the author of the E-Myth books. And also, if you know Armando Butz Bartolome, he is a franchising guru of the Philippines. So they are my co-authors for this book entitled Tuesday. So life is a matter of choice. I'm really excited about this book. It's a collection of inspiring and timeless wisdom. Let me just pause for a while and see our chat box. Okay, we're good. Now, a personal story. My dear friends, I am a mother of 4. I have kids ages 3, 5, 7, and 10. And I have a day job. I am working as a welfare and self-reliance services manager for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And it's an 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. day job. And mostly my work peak on weekends. Like I always travel in my areas on Saturdays and Sundays. I am a book addict. I read at least 4 hours daily, but this is actually just the minimum. I tend to read more. As you can see, most of my books are poetry books because I am a poetry enthusiast. And whatever it is, I make sure that I write daily, whether it be an essay or just a note, a Facebook post or whatever. I make sure that I don't veer away from this routine or discipline to write daily. I also love to travel, mostly around the Philippines. I've been to a few countries in Asia, but because most of my work before, my jobs entailed a lot of travel, so I was able to travel everywhere in the Philippines. I run the GMGA Entertainment Productions and GMGA Publishing. As to publishing, I was able to publish 50 plus authors worldwide, including some of our local writers. And I am on my 3rd year as a published author. And 2 months ago, our book, Almost is the Same as Never, hit number 5 best-selling status on Amazon. We wanted to get the number 1, and it will be soon. Okay, that's about me. Now, let me just tell you why I am so passionate about what I'm doing and why I'm so passionate about why I will be sharing this with you. But because of my books, I was interviewed for podcasts and YouTube channels and was featured on various websites and e-zines. And I was able to produce and host my own travel show for local television. I was invited to speak and still am invited to speak and give lectures to different universities, corporate entities, and organizations. What more? Clients started paying me more for my book and training services. And I guess this is what we're looking for, right? Especially during this pandemic that we're all thinking about, am I going back to my work? Is there still a job waiting for me? But because of my books, I was able to start a business at the back end without compromising and jeopardizing my day job and my role as a mom. I was able to establish my authority in my work and social circles, and I am on my way to achieving financial freedom. And I'll explain it to you why this is the last sentence that I gave here. Now, quickly, Lloyd, is this possible? I just want to hear from our participants, but I want to know, why do you want to write a book? Okay, since most of you, I assume this is your first time to write a book. So what are your intentions? What are your desires? Why do you want to write a book? Kindly comment on our chat box so we can see, and I can read some of those. Let's take a minute or two for this. Okay, Ronaline said it's a way of living forever. I love that. Dan said, I want to write a book to share my story and inspire other people. It's a noble desire. Creative expression and personal growth, yes. Want to inspire more people and that the usual ones that get to read my post on every page? Yeah, why not? A legacy to your next generation. To promote your advocacy on health and your crusade for single moms, wow. Develop skills on writing, yes. Share my thoughts that are unique to me, yeah. Leave a legacy to my children and their children, yes. to express your feelings, explore creative feelings. Okay, one is dedicated to your daughter, so she can write her book as well. Oh, somebody said to share my crazy imaginations in written form. Yeah, that's great. Want to learn new things beside teaching. And Mark Joseph admitted that he already started it, but is having a hard time completing it. And let me just read it from Leslie, thought of writing a book. They, since teenager, my kids share my passions. I would like to write children's book. Wonderful. And opposite to mentor my kids to be creative and book and write book lovers. Thank you for your answers. Thanks a lot, because it's important that we establish, again, going back to everything that we do, it's important that you establish your why. What is your big why? You cannot venture into something kung wala dun yung puso mo. Because I tell you, this is going to be a strenuous, exhaustive thing that you will do. Okay? Now, let me continue. You know, this is the power of books. It gives you the ability to position yourself as the number one option for the market. It's not gone are the days that you have the business card, but it's more impressive if you meet someone, a VIP, or someone you want to impress, someone you want to make a statement, present yourself well. Aside from the usual business card, why not hand out your book? This is what I do. Since I was able to publish my first book, and I give this out to people. And that's the power of books, I tell you. It's going to change your life. It changed my life, like 360 degrees and more. And I'll be sharing to you shortly. No, ito yung mga sinabi niyo kanina, a lot of reasons. Now, some people would think that these are okay, like build authority, start a passive income, or make additional income. Some of you think that it is a cool thing to include book writing in your bucket list. Some of you also want to be famous and want to be rich. And I tell you, most of the successful authors that you probably know are already in this place. And some of you also shared about some deeper intentions, like helping people and creating a legacy. And this is important, my dear friends, that you provide value to people. I know that monetary consideration is there, but hindi ka tatagal sa industriya na to, ika nga, if what you think is just about money. Money just comes secondary after you really pursue your passion and you provide value to other people. Okay? So why publish a book? And I want you to look at it very carefully, because for me personally, it's fulfilling. And you know, while leaving a legacy, the things that have happened to me and are still happening to me, I was really amazed na ganito yung naging direction, because I never thought really that that would be the blessings coming from just publishing one book. Okay, it also legitimizes you in your industry. You have the chance to tap into an existing ecosystem. There are over 70% of all books sold on Amazon, and you can see 310 plus million buyers there. Last year, the revenue was $178 billion and $30 billion from media. So you see, there is a market. If you're asking, will there be someone who will buy your book? And we will go to that detail later. Okay, and another good news is recent publishing changes level the playing field for new and established authors. All right, gone are the days that when you are new and you don't know any traditional publisher, you cannot be published. Now it is totally changed. You can just launch yourself and be a self-published author. You can also become an indie author, which I will explain later what's the difference. But that's about it. If you want to write and you want to publish, all of these things are possible now. Okay? Some of you may argue with me, but let me just say my statement. Your book, a book, can become the best and fastest passive income source. Okay, I think some of you are into real estate or into financial industry. All right, I'll be back up a bit and say that a book is one of the best and fastest passive income sources. So are you happy with that? And I'll let you know and I'll illustrate later why. Okay, now, are we good? Just say yes. If I'm going too fast, or is it a good pace? Very good. I just want to check from time to time that you are still there and you're getting the presentation. Now, thank you for your answers. Why not become a market leader? Give me a name in the Philippines that you know because they are famous, they are making big difference. And I'll tell you what's the common thing about them. Have you ever heard of the names Bo Sanchez, Chinky Tan, um, James Pantone, diba? Who else? Butch Bartolome, Francis Kong. Do you know what's common about these people? They have a book or they have books. They have become the market leaders. And being an author gives you more credibility. It gives you more authority in your niche. You will become more believable in what you say because they have something to read from time to time that came from you. And then you will instantly gain the trust from your potential customers or clients. Kaya nga sabi ko nga, it will legitimize you. Kasi nakita nila, andyan ang libro, it's a tangible evidence that you are serious about what you're doing. Okay? And it also allows you to increase your prices and position yourself as the premium choice. Where would you go to if somebody offers you book coaching or mentoring, or if somebody offers you leadership coaching, management coaching? Do you go for someone who has no books or someone with books? I think the answer is obvious, right? We want something. Yes. So lahat yan sila. Yes, Jonathan Yabut, Darrell Tay, although they're internationally, right? Robert Kiyosaki, there's a lot. Name me your favorite authors. I think you got what I was saying. Peng Joon, yes, Peng Joon. Thank you. Now, and there's another one who's into funnel sales. What's his name? I forgot. Remind me. Anyway, the publishing industry is changing. Only big 5 publishers account for only 16% of best-selling ebooks. And then less than 45% of author earnings to traditionally published authors. No, indie authors earn about 70% of the profit from books. Let's take, for example, Amazon. Okay? They give you 70% of the profit. What I discovered when I have my books merchandise in National Bookstore, it's really about for that, just for merchandising purposes, but earning wise, hindi talaga malaki. Okay? And mas malaki ang chance mo to really launch yourself when you self-publish. You see, but average author sells than 100 copies of their book. And while the thriving 1% make all of the money. So pag-usapan natin later, what do the thriving 1% of authors sell books and earn money from the writing? And I got this from one best-selling author, Chandler Bolt. He is so young, the author of Published, but he has really done it. Okay? Now, let us pause for a moment, and I want you to really read this. Gusto ko nga parang sabay-sabay tayong babasahin, but that's not possible. But let's just say, okay, writing a book isn't easy. Let that sink in now. Okay? Ulitin ko ha, writing a book isn't easy. Let that sink in now. This is not a walk in the park, that just because you have a desire to write, it will make things easy for you. Okay, at some point, you will lose motivation. At some point, you will see that writing will get in the way of other things that you will do. All of these things, mangyayari sa inyo yan because it also happened to me, and it's still happening to even experienced and seasoned authors. But the assurance is, if others have done it, then you can too. Naniniwala ba kayo doon? Hindi ko na makita yung chat box natin. Can you bring that up, Lloyd? There you go. Let me just see. Yes. All right. Now, maraming barriers, but do you know this quotation that says, if there's no enemy without, the enemy within can do you nothing. Right? These are just some of the barriers that you need to overcome before you begin this journey. Number one is, I have no time. We hear it from people everywhere, kahit anong endeavor. And I tell you, this is a hopeless case. If you're going to tell me that you have no time to write, then that's just it. You have no time to write. We give time to things that are important to us. So if you are really serious about it, you have to give it time. That's what I'm going to tell you. And another one is you might be saying, well, Ayo, I'm not really a good writer. Eh. Actually, this is my first time, so hindi ko talaga alam. And I tell you, that is mayroon ka pang redemption pagdating dito because it takes time, it takes practice, and you can begin today so that you will become a good writer. You get better at practice. There's no substitute for it. When you're a writer, you write. You don't daydream. You don't just imagine. When you're a writer, you have to put in the effort and type and write. That's it. That's your output. But some of you also will argue that you're not good in English. If you're not good in English, then write in Filipino or write in your local dialects. It doesn't matter. You know why? Because there are tools, there are resources. You can get a ghostwriter. You can get an editor. Trabaho nila yan, okay? Pero ikaw, it's your job. It's your content. So this is something that you cannot, hindi mo pwedeng i-delegate yan sa iba. Now, I am coaching my 10-year-old son, and he's writing a book about dragons. And I also have another daughter, Alexa. She is 7, and she's writing about a princess story. And then Carlos is way ahead of her with 13 chapters already, but Alexa is still struggling in chapter 1. And she told me, Mom, please, can you write this for me? And I told her, no, Alexa, I cannot write it for you because that's your story. I don't know what your story is. So just write it down, and then let's figure out what's going to happen. I'll now help you along the process, okay? And another barrier to overcome is this, yung kalaban mo yung sarili mo. I'm not good enough. And personally, I struggled with these feelings for quite a long time because when you go and research and read about other people, minsan parang, ay, gusto ko nang umatras because they're so good. Like, ano pa, ang galing nila magsulat. And you always have this self-insufficiency, yung feeling na parang I am not good enough, therefore I am not going to do it. So again, these barriers are yours only to overcome. Regardless if you have a good coach or mentor, still the legwork has to come from you. Okay? Do you agree? Meron bang gustong mag-object sa mga sinasabi ko? Let me just look at. Okay. So kung meron ka pang problema sa sarili mo ngayon, you have to overcome that, right? You really have to because it will bring you nowhere. I have friends here and abroad that when we have this Facebook groups kasi of writers. And for the last 2 years, I've been seeing them just posting. They're really good, essays and poems, and they have these novels in mind. Pero after 3 years, most of them are not able to publish their books because of this, precisely the same reasons that I told you. So yeah, you have to overcome this. I cannot overemphasize it. Let's move on to the next slide. Now, remember, there are only 3 things that matter if you are a newbie. If this is your first time to write a book, have these 3 things in mind. Do not forget. Number 1 is book positioning. Number 2 is detailed outline. And number 3 is you have to create and follow a writing plan. And I hope that you have your pens and your paper. You are writers. You need to have paper and pen all the time, or your cell phone. Kasi when impressions hit you, I tell you this, you have to capture that immediately. Kasi kung hindi, pag writer, kaya ang hirap na siyang i-recall. So always have this notebook and paper, pen on hand, okay? Now, let's go first to book positioning. Simply put, book positioning is the place the book occupies in the mind of your readers. You have to answer these questions. And all of my clients that I coach, I have them answer this. Pag hindi nila to sinagot, we will not move on to the next activity, okay? First of all, what is the book all about? What is your book all about? You have to answer, you have to give me one statement, okay? And then number 2 is who is it for? You have to have a target avatar. You cannot say, I want everyone to read my book. My book is for everybody. That doesn't work. You have to narrow down your niche. You have to narrow down your readers. Okay? For example, poetry. I don't expect everybody to read poetry because there's just a select few who would read my work. But because of my hobby, it's my passion. Yun ang ginagawa ko. And people say, Wala namang pera sa poetry. But I would like to challenge you, are you sure about it? Because I am earning from my poetry books. Yeah? So, marami kang dapat, kung ikaw is single mom and you want to share your experience as single mom, then your target avatar goes like this. You want to cater this for all single moms out there who have been having this difficulty in their life, how to cope up, how to rear their children. If you are into diet and nutrition, then this book is for those who want to lose their weight or have a healthy lifestyle. If you want to write something about leadership, then isulat mo para kanino to, because there are a lot of leaders, but what kind of leaders are you really seeking out? Okay, are there leaders in the community, in the government, at home? So these are some of the things that you need to answer. And then another important thing to mention is, why do they need this book? You see, they have problems right now. Okay, this is point A in their lives. They're stuck somewhere in this quagmire and they don't know how to get out of it. You are the book author. You write something because you want to move your readers from this point A to point B. So, ibig sabihin, dapat targeted and specific kung ano gusto mo ma-achieve sa book mo. Okay? For example, I want to help my readers who are divorced to see life, to see life again and love all over again. See? So from point A to point B, loveless to may love sila. Diba? Magkaroon sila ng love life. Yun. Kailangan meron tayong destination sa book natin. Pero nag-guide din tayo. Because again, let me go back to any sales and marketing principle. It's about providing value to your readers. It's not different when it comes to books. Hinga lang ako saglit doon. Okay? So let me just see the chat. Okay, that's true. I love young adult fiction, so I think I am writing for young adults and help them into realizing something. Very good, because right now, let's take a minute or two, and this is for real. I need you to write this. I need you to write your answer, okay? I'll give you a moment to complete this sentence. So, kung ano naisip niyong book ngayon, fill in the blanks. This book is for the target market who wants to get specific results and achieve a specific goal. Okay, I'll give you a minute or two or whatever it takes, because sayang yung opportunity for us to have this webinar if I will not hear from you and you will not be able to share what's on your mind so that I can get you from point A to point B, because really the purpose of this webinar is for you to write your first book. Sige, tahimik muna ako dito. And write your answers on the chat box. I'll be reading some of your answers from my friend Kathleen Sanwa, but she's originally from Ormo. She said, this book is for dressmakers. Book is about making embellished gowns. This is perfect. Targeted. Na-narrow down niya kung sino yung kanyang target audience, and she wanted to, nakita ninyo, no? Talagang precise. And then Jennifer said, this book is for parents who are having problems in helping their kids to love reading. Wow, I love it as well. Ruth said, this book is for couples who want to save their marriage. Oh, diba? Yung mga ganito pa lang, ano na siya, very catchy, and you may really want to read this. This book is for single adults, maybe you should add something to this. This book is for single adults. What kind of single adults? And what do you want them to achieve because of your book? Okay, so please write your answer. Galaxy 17 said, it's for good manners for pre-elementary students, okay? Mary said, the book is for everyone who want to learn basic cooking and baking. All right. All right, can you still narrow down this book is for everyone? No? Teka, balik ako kanto, mabilis kayo sumagot. Dali lang. Okay. Nia Reyes, this book is for single moms who want to achieve financial freedom through network marketing while being able to be with their children. Again, this is one perfect example of having a book positioning statement. Very good. Next. This book is for single adults who want to choose the Lord's plan to achieve exaltation. Okay, that's it. Nailed it. Rosita said, this book is for my childless couples who want to adopt a child. All right. Ruth said, my daughter said, this book is for little girls like me who love fairy tales. Oh, diba? This book, according to Emily, is for those who are confused of their gender. And what? If they're confused, what do you want them to achieve? Please write that, Emily. Louise said, my family and everyone else who can relate. My journey as a solo mom with 4 kids. Okay, Louise, aside from this one, your journey is a solo mom. So what is your intention for other solo moms as well? Okay, Lenny, this book is for young single adults 18 to 30 want to realize that they have their whole life to plan and work on their future because it is never too late to become a somebody. Wow, yeah. This is a good sales pitch. This book is for students who want to overcome their struggle of finishing the course of not their choice. Okay, ito yung mga pinilit na lang parents, no? Leslie said this book is for aspiring ESL trainers. Book is about how to improve English speaking and conversational skills. Again, this is one perfect example of book positioning. This book is for young mothers who want to be inspired to fight life. Yan, diba? Fiery ang kanyang ni Russell. Very good. This book, according to Jacqueline, is for... Okay, tapos na tayo. Jacqueline David said, teka, paano bumabalik ko? This book is for my loving teachers who wish to learn more about financial goals. Okay. This book is for aspiring women who find more value in life through traveling and daily life experiences. Well, we have a traveler here, a blogger. Ako gusto ko regarding automotive troubles for my clients or to those who want to have skills in mechanical work since I am planning to be back to BYU online review. That's a good one, Maricus. Galaxy 76 for my daughter who has little interest in reading. Specific talaga si Galaxy, no? This book is for his or her child. This book is for young teenagers from Ronaldine who want to feel good about themselves and overcome their insecurity. Again, one perfect example. Ang librong ito ay para sa mga taong nawalan ng pag-asa sa buhay para magsilbing panibagong panimula na makita nila ang liwanag. Tama ba? Very good, everyone. I might not be able to read, no? Lahat, but you're getting it. I'm so happy that these are your responses. I'll be reading a few more. Remember, this book from Lady is for mothers who want to let out the emotions that they feel in their everyday experiences. From Eugene, for business executives who need to use and understand data analytics to improve their business. And Oppo 11, book for baker lovers who want to satisfy their cravings and passions. Cravings and passions saan? Pakikumpleto natin, Oppo. Marilyn. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. All right, we're done reading all of those book positioning sentences. And what I want you to do is you have to write it, print it, and post it on the headboard, sa kama ninyo, sa wall, or everywhere. You have to see it every time na nandyan kayo sa inyong writing desk. Okay? Because this is gonna be your guide para magkaroon kayo ng direction. Okay? Now, let's move on. Lloyd, can you tell me how much time has ang nag-lapse? Ilang minutes na tayo so that I can manage our time?
36
minutes. All right. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. You're still good. Okay. Moving forward. Again, the importance of targeting a niche. In business and in life, you need to find your own specialty or one area of expertise. Because the man who chases 2 rabbits catches none. Tama? So kung marami kang nililigawan, lahat yan nililigawan mo. Alam mo, wala ka naging nobya. Kaya hanggang ngayon, wala ka pa rin nobya. Alright. Specialists earn more money. Think about the general medical doctor versus the anesthesiologist. I know this because I am an APAS patient. So meron akong antibodies. Pag nagbubuntis ako, pinapatay niya yung fetus. So I always have an anesthesiologist during my labor. Pag kinikinan ko yung bill niya, it's about 3 times more expensive than my OB gynecologist. See, pag meron ka talagang specialty, people will pay for you more for that. And then your marketing becomes more powerful because you're only speaking on a specific segment of a market. Clients prefer to deal with an expert at one specific thing than with someone who knows a little bit about everything but is good at nothing. Ang tawag natin sa kanila, jack of all trades but master of none. Take for example, poetry. While everyone is not into it, there are people who are into it. And just because I have launched and published a lot of books and I am advocating for poetry, I have become the go-to person here and abroad when it comes to poetry. People come to me to ask for reviews. They ask me to write their foreword. They ask me to contribute to their anthologies just because I was able to position myself that this is my niche for poetry lovers. Okay? So ganon, pag nag-isip tayo, hindi dapat wasak. We have to narrow it down sa isang specific target or niche. Now, sino sa inyo dito naman, I want to know, are still struggling about what to write? Ando doon yung desire mo why you want to write a book. Pero it's also a dilemma if you do not know what to write. Can you share on our chat box kung sino sa inyo dito nagsa-struggle pa? You know, I still don't have any idea kung anong gusto kong isulat. Basta ang gusto kong magsulat ako kasi sa totoo lang mahirap tong problema na to. You want to write but you don't know what to write. Do we have anyone from our webinar participants who still don't know what to write? Okay, so later I'll be answering questions, ha? So, papark ko muna yung mga questions ninyo para makatuloy tayo sa presentation. Okay, at least meron tayong isa na hindi pa niya alam. And I guess in the process, let me tell you that you will still also struggle, especially if after you publish your first book and you want to write more, magkakaroon kayo ng struggle. Where to start? What to write? Okay, sagutin na natin yan. Now, this is the idea finder. Kung talagang na-stuck ka, wala kang maisip kung anong gusto mong isulat, you have to ask yourself these questions. Number one, what topics are you most passionate about? Kung di ka nakatulog sa gabi, or one thing that wakes you up in the morning, something that's on your head for a long, long time, you're just so passionate about doing it. You know, dressmaking, baking, fitness program, Zumba, everything, right? Kahit na ipakikipagchismisan, passion din yun, di ba? Now, what do you get paid for? Saan ka ba binabayaran ng tao? What is your job right now? Nasaan ka ba? Nasa, ano ka ba ngayon? Nasa IT industry? Nandiyan ka ba sa call center? Nandiyan ka ba sa poultry? Nandiyan ka ba sa bakery? No? So merong ano ka ginagawa na binabayaran ka ng tao. That's why you are being employed. That's why you have your business. And also ask yourself, what is my expertise? All right? And what is my favorite hobby? Kahit hindi mo ko pilitin, gagawin ko to. Right? Some people would even, let me just share this. No, yesterday as I watched this movie with my kid, Ready Player One. The story, this movie was a novel before, where it became a bestseller, so it was made into a movie. And the premise of the story is in a dystopian world, ang mga tao na, and then because they wanted to escape the harsh reality that life is boring, life is magulo na. So what they do is they put on this gadgets nila, and they play video games online. So that's how people connect. You see, some people would really play video games, and I tell you can convert it into something more productive for you, all right, such as writing a book. And lastly, what are the things that people come to you for advice? I'm sure maraming tao sa inyo na pupunta, uy, will you please coach me on this? What is your suggestion? What can you advise me? If you can see, or if you can sense a pattern in everything that you do, then you are clearly establishing kung ano talagang industry ka dapat, or what genre. Okay, have you heard about the word genre, like G-E-N-R-E? Kasi pwede mo sabihin, gusto ko magsulat ng romance novel, gusto ko maging novelist, gusto ko maging poet. But really, just asking your questions asking yourself these questions will lead you to the right way, and you can really have a good grasp of what you want to write. Now, which idea to write first? Probably after taking this exercise, marami nang pumasok kayo sa isip nyo, ayan na, ayun, magaling pala akong magganito, magganyan. But let me tell you, as a starter, my suggestion is that you shouldn't write more than one book at a time. You gotta give it more focus. Dapat isang book lang muna tayo, okay? And another one is you cannot edit your book while you write it. Pag nagsulat ka and you're aiming for the first draft of your manuscript, it should be free writing. Wala ka dapat kino-cross out. Dapat idadump mo lahat ng mga nasa brain mo. Kailangan isulat mo lahat yun. Doesn't matter about the grammar, syntax, and everything. Saka na natin paproblemahin yan. Okay? Now, if you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let me just check with my audience right now. How many of you have like 5 ideas for a book, or probably 10 ideas for your book? Yeah. Okay. So, itong dapat natin, kung gusto niyo magsulat at marami kayong ideas, take the litmus test. Number 1, if you have like 5 to 10 ideas. Question number 1, which book can I finish the fastest? Importante to, ha? Because if you start writing and you do not finish it, that's a bad sign. Hindi mo matatapos siya ng maraming taon. I guarantee that. Pagka sinimulan mo isang bagay, lalo na sa pagsusulat, you have to finish it. Okay? The other one is, which book am I most likely to finish? Okay? So, iniisip mo ito, it will take a lot of research probably. It will take me like 3 years, 4 years. Masyadong matagal na yun. Madidemotivate ka na along the way. But if you think that you can write this as a start, kahit ebook lang yan, and you can finish it in like 2 weeks, 1 month, go for it. Wala yan sa dami ng pages. It's more about getting this thing done. The other thing is, which one is going to make me happy? Importante talaga to, no? So, yeah, we have a scriptural basis for this. The Holy Ghost, no, for those who have religion, will show you things that we need to do. Okay? So, kung marami kang iniisip ngayon, 5 yan, 10, 20, punta muna tayo dito sa questions na to. Which one can you finish the fastest? You are likely most to finish, and which one is going to make you happy? All right? Now, let's go to the second thing that matters when it comes to book writing. This is having a detailed outline. Now, an outline is the skeleton of your book. Once you put all the bones in place, you have a solid framework for adding your ideas, thoughts, stories, anecdotes, facts, and figures. Like a skeleton, every bone of your book fits into a certain location. But when it is in the right spot, you'll know. If something is missing or out of place, you will also know. Lalo na sa mga novelists, meron tayong tinatawag na plotter and pantser. Pag sabi mong plotter, meron silang detailed outcome, like what happens in chapter 1 down to chapter 20. Pero meron tayong tinatawag ng mga pantser. They write, you know, as they go along, kung ano lang maisip nila. But I tell you, a lot of plot no, ng mga holes nangyayari kapag wala kang framework. And it goes to every kind of manuscript. So if you want to save time, you want to save money, you want to write faster, and you want to get focused, then I suggest that you go for a detailed outline, having a detailed outline. Now, you will ask me naturally, ano kaya ang pwede natin gagawin para magkaroon tayo ng detailed outline. Okay, now this is genius. No, when I found it, but actually I found it when I was a college student at University of Santo Tomas, and my English professor, Professor Saus, taught me this mind mapping activity. Okay, simply put, it is a brain dump of all your ideas onto paper. Okay, there are steps that you will follow. Number 1 is you have to choose a mind mapping method and write down your book idea. Step number 2, write out everything you know on that topic. Lahat ng papasok sa isip mo, whether it be stories, examples, lessons learned, people, books, ideas, talks, anecdotes, aphorisms, everything that you know about that certain idea or subtopic, kailangan mo isulat. Number 3 is you organize your topics into sections. And then lastly, when you've done this mind mapping activity, you'll be ready to write your book. Exciting ba? Ando doon na tayo, papunta na tayo doon, no? Nag-escalate na tayo ngayon, going to the main thing. All right, let's go here to mind mapping. There are 2 kinds of mind mapping. I don't know if there are other ways, but maybe meron. Pero number 1 is post-it notes. Sino sa inyo dito love ang post-it? I'm not so much a fan of post-it notes because for one, I have 4 kids who are running around the house and they will just strip off all of these post-its sa aming wall or everything. So I cannot do this, okay? But looking at this example, you will see they are multicolored, right? Meron tayong orange, yellow, white, you have blue, and pink. The idea is, when you mind map, you think of a certain topic sa magiging libro mo. For example, give me an example. Let's take the example of Mia about being a single mom and helping other mothers to cope. And they will be, ano nga ito? Financially independent through network marketing. Okay? So ngayon, let's say sa orange, nilagay mo niya. My first 1 chapter, no, 1 idea is, what are your struggles as a mom? So isulat mo ngayon yan. Depression, anxiety, feeling not good enough, you cannot sustain your daily needs, di ba? Yun ang mga problema naman ng mga moms, di ba? Another idea, then you go for the yellow, is this one. Sino mga kakilala ko ng mga single moms who are now successful? Sulat mo lahat yan. Sino ba yan? No? Hindi ko alam kung sino yung mga single moms ngayon eh. So sulat mo ngayon yan. Okay, these are real life experiences. Then something comes to your mind. Let's go to the blue post-it notes. This one is all about what are their choices? No, what are their choices? What can they do? For example, ito yung mga gustong i-suggest sa kanila. Or you want to go direct, you want to go to the network marketing and how it has helped you. Okay? Ikukwento mo ngayon dyan lahat ng iyong mga naging experiences, going detailed into when you started it, why did you go into it, what are the things that you enjoy most about it. So ito na yung selling chapter mo, right? Dito naman, magpo-provide ka halimbawa sa think ng mga, andito naman yung mga inspirational, mga wisdom mo naman, and what you have. So ganon. It can be as many as you can. Kailangan ma-extract mo lahat ng nasa mind mo because sometimes all of these ideas can overwhelm you. Parang gusto mo lahat isulat, pero wala kang pattern, may hirapan ka. So ganyan ang post-it notes. It's no different. It's a little bit different with bubble method. And this is my favorite mind mapping method because mas organized ako dito. Tsaka hindi nawawala, hindi lilipa rin. Okay? So in the middle, you have this first circle. For example, ang topic ko kasi, like what I'm writing with James and Butch right now is Tuesday. Okay, that's the title of the book. So ang book is all about life is a matter of choice. So I will branch out a bit and then gagawa ko ng mga small circles pa dyan. Anong gusto kong isulat? For example, I'll branch out a bit, one big circle again, coming from the main circle, and I'll say choices. What are choices? Define the definition of choice. So isusulat ko ngayon yan. Sa baba, sabi ni ganito, this is choice, this is choice. Ito yung definition, okay? And then I want to branch out another one from the main circle and then come up with another bubble here. And then I'll say here, ano yung mga life-changing or revolutionary choices that people have done in the past that brought us to where we are right now. So I'll be citing these experts, these people from business, from politics, from everywhere, right? And then I can also branch another one here, okay? Ito naman yung sa aking personal story. Okay, why do I want to write about life is a matter of choice? Probably I'll talk about my childhood days, teenage life, my adult life, my married life, and my parenthood life. So, nakita ninyo, my dear friends, for as long as you have still ideas on your head, you have to get yourself loose, okay? So, okay ba yung discussion natin ngayon? Are you getting anything from it? Does that give you more direction on what you're gonna do with your book writing? Yes. Okay. So, pili na lang kayo kung marami kayong post-it notes, why not? Pero kung wala kayong post-it notes and you only have a paper or a pen, actually meron tong mga apps online that you can download. Marami naman kayong makikita, but that's just about it. Make sure that you do not lose this. And kung gusto nga ninyo, pag pinirint nyo na yung book ninyo, nakalagay itong inyong mind mapping tool ninyo, nakalagay sa isang page doon sa book niyo para it will remind you of how much you have grown, how much you have expanded on the idea. Bring it to a completion na, wow, this is my book. At saka alam niyo yung feeling na pag hawak niyo yung first book niyo, inamoy-amoy niyo, lalo na kapag galing sa US, no? Makita mo printed in the USA, tapos cream paper pa yung ginamit. So talagang, wow, this is so heavenly. Okay, I'm just telling you because those are the feelings that I got the moment I first received my book. Okay, so moving forward, tapos na tayo sa mind mapping tool. All right, once you do this, I guarantee that writing the book is the easy part. So again, mind map your chapter, outline the chapter, write or speak the chapter because some of you are not good writers for now. Pero kung magaling kayong magsalita, i-record niyo yung sarili niyo. Gamit na lang kayo ng cellphone niyo or whatever voice recorder there is. And then you just transcribe it. Because some people are more spontaneous when they are talking. And then you can really capture your voice, your tone. Diba? It feels like you. Kasi minsan pag sinusulat mo, no, parang hindi ko to boses. Pero may mga tao na this is the way I talk. So this is what I want my readers to really feel and see and hear from me. Ako naman, I write better than I talk. Mas magaling ako mag-express sa paper than actually talking. So, kaya nga importante na meron tayong mga sinasalihan like Toastmasters International to get us into this exercises to become better speakers. Okay, so repeat this process chapter by chapter. Ganun lang kadali yun, right? So again, punta na tayo sa third factor that you need to understand when you're writing a book. Creating and following a writing plan. Okay, nandito na tayo sa ating meat talaga, right? So, kapag okay na kayo, and I'll be giving you a handout for this para madali na lang mapaplot ito. But you have to write down everything. The total number of pages, you have to decide. Is it going to be 100-page manuscript, 200, 300? What is one goal na alam mo ma-achieve mo? Let me just tell you this. If you go below 100, pag nag-publish ka sa Amazon, wala siyang mababasa na spine. Okay? Walang isusulat sa spine. Yung spine yung nasa gilid ng book ninyo. Okay, so you have the front cover and back cover. Pag nag-less than 100 ka, wala kang pwedeng isulat na title dyan ng book mo tsaka yung pangalan mo. Okay, yun lang naman difference, no? Pero really, it's about, you have to have a target goal. Ilang page manuscript ang dapat yung isulat. Okay? Number 2 is total book word count. And I'll tell you the formula for this one. No? Kasi ang total book word count, for example, sa isang page, an average of yung one page, no? It can be like 300 to 500 per page. Alright? So, ang binibilang dyan is ilang words. Makikita nyo sa Microsoft Word, when you are typing something, tingnan nyo doon sa bottom left, makikita nyo doon kung ilang words na kayo. That will give you an idea kung anong word count. You try to get a document and then go for 100 pages and you will see kung ilang word count yun. That's as easy as it can get. No? Huwag nyo na i-complicate. Another thing is average word count per chapter. So, ilan ang pwede mong isulat per chapter, and then the words you write per day. Okay, sabi ko nga, it can be for one page, pwede siyang 500 na, or gusto niyo 1,000, that's about 2.5 pages naman. And then letter E is start date and estimated date. Importante to. Ako, if there's one discipline that I am still doing, is that I work on deadlines. Hindi pwedeng wala akong deadline sa mga book projects ko. Pagka meron akong sinabi, ito dapat tapos to ng ganito. That's the reason why in just 2.5 years, I was able to be in 15 books already. It's because I work with on tight deadlines. And then you have to put the estimated finish date. And then isusulat mo yung days I write. Anong araw ka magsusulat? Okay, kailangan specific ka. And exact hours that you will write. For example, I will write every day at 4 to 5 a.m. or from 10 to 11 p.m. Whatever works for you. This is not rocket science na lahat tayo dapat para-parehas, no? Hindi. What works for you because iba-iba yung ating ginagawa. Okay? So again, going back, discipline is the key. That's the most important trait when you are in this journey. Now, still, some of you will be encountering this popular phrase, the writer's block, the curse of the blank page. Especially to some of you who are not really writers, this might be your first time. Ako kasi, when I was 9 years old, I started the habit of writing daily on my journal. So it has stayed with me. Kaya marami ako talaga notebooks and journals. So what I can suggest is to unlock or kailangan masimulan mo to. You have to start a writing habit. And my suggestion is do your morning pages. It's as simple as getting, waking up in the morning, fresh ka pa after your morning rituals and everything. You grab your paper and your notebook and just write anything that comes to your mind. What are your feelings? What are your thoughts, your impressions? Yan lang, anything. So you don't worry about anong subject ang gusto mong isulat. Does this make sense? You don't even question yourself about that. What you want to do is just spill out, bleed on paper, whatever you want to write there. It can be like doodles or just a bit of a phrase or a sentence. Basta do it every day. Kahit 15 minutes lang yan, get into the habit of writing. Okay, I cannot overemphasize this because writer's block is just a myth. For me, ito lang yung para sa mga taong walang discipline and those who are lazy because you can overcome writer's block. Are you still with me o nawala na kayo? Are you still there? Okay. So you don't have to hate your curse, knowledge. And I'll be sharing more how can you overcome this. Now, let's go to the real thing, the discipline thing. This is what you call the 90-day writing challenge. Pwede nyo gawin ng 30-day writing challenge, but let's be true to ourselves. I don't know when this pandemic will be over. Baka lalo tayo nagmadali kayo and then nawala kayo sa writing routine niyo and then you will not continue it. So let's just stretch it a bit. Why not commit to a 3-month day writing challenge, 90-day writing challenge to finish your book? Do you think it's better than just having 30-day writing challenge? Who's in for this 90-day writing challenge? Write your answers. You're in? Because it's important. Commitment is important. Good. It's now or never, my dear friends. I tell you, you postpone this. Next year, you find yourself in the same predicament. You still don't have a book. 10 years from now, you look back and you'll say, I still don't have a book. There's just a lot of regrets. There's a lot of ideas that you have not captured. Sayang yung magiging boost ng book ninyo sa buhay ninyo. Okay? Sobra na ba yung pag-sell ko? I'm telling you because I've done this several times, so I know what I'm talking about. Right? So we have a formula, but I'd like to suggest to all of you, this is the formula for your 90-day writing challenge. You do your mind map for 15 minutes. You think about a chapter or a subtopic in your chapter. Let's say you're working chapter 1. Ito na yung mga bullet mo, ito yung mga gusto mo isulat. Okay, ito na ako ngayon sa first subtopic ko. Mind map ka muna, bubble method or post-it. Ano yung mga gusto kong ilagay dito? Okay? And then, after you've done that, you do now the outline. Okay? So, itong una yung kong isusulat. Ito yung susunod, pangatlo. Okay? And then, you devote more time to writing it. 35 to 90 minutes or more, depending kung ano ang inspiration mo. I tell you, you have to overcome the mood. Wala tayong tinatawag na, I'm not in the writing mood. You can procrastinate as long as you want, pero you cannot really give into your mood. Kasi it rarely happens that you will be in the mood all the time. Hindi nangyayari yan. But once you get yourself into the practice, into the routine and discipline, you can do it. So that's about it, my dear friends. You write this formula, mind map 15 minutes, outline 10 minutes, and write it for 19 minutes. Okay? Okay ba? Follow this one, and I can guarantee you I'll be seeing your books published in no time. This year is your goal. Now, truthfully, there will be times when you cannot finish it. You cannot beat the deadline, and that's okay. The important thing is that you set a deadline. Now, if you cannot make it, then you can set another deadline. No? Pero kasi ako talaga, I force myself to finish it. Kaya ka nagkaroon ng deadline because it's a sacred date that you want to finish. Bigyan mo talaga ng deadline ng mga goals mo, because if not, you will go on forever, drifting into space, right? And just wanting and desiring, but not really actualizing everything that goes into your heart and mind. So that's the challenge here, really. Kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo, it's all about discipline. It's all about discipline. Book writing is not a walk in the park. Once you're in, you're in. You don't get out. You have to finish what you have started. Because if you start the habit of not finishing a book, gano'n na mangyayari sa mga books na ibang gagawin mo. Just rough draft, di natapos, kakalabanin mo lahat ng sarili mo. Okay? So now, what is 3 months? My goodness, kayang-kaya niyo yan, no? Kaya sabi ko nga sa inyo, go for a goal na kayang-kaya mo, like 50 pages, 100 pages, kayang-kaya mo yan. Tingnan niyo, and you'll be surprised that, wow, kaya ko pala. Okay, now, I want you to write it because these are crucial. These are, ang tawag ito, make or break deal. Okay? Ang motto ko, especially when I coach people about book writing, is you have to do it right the first time. First impressions last. Okay? Some of you will think na, okay lang, first time ko pa lang naman eh. So, ako, I have my regrets when a few years back I published my first book, but everybody said it's what's okay. Pero looking back, tinitingnan ko ulit, parang nakikringe ako, oh my gosh, bakit ganito yung itsura ng libro? Bakit ganito yung pagkakasulat ko? So amateur, di ba? Pero I realized from then on that I have to better myself. Kaya nga nagkaroon ako talaga ng passion to do better. So write a quality book first time, okay? It might be an investment of sort because you have to pay for people who are experts on this. Unless you have a friend, you have a family who can do this for you. But hindi mo pwedeng ipag-saalang-alang ang quality ng book mo. No, sayang naman gagawa ka pa ng first impression. Number one is you have to think of a killer title. Okay? A catchy title. Kaya kapag may naisip ang title ngayon, by the way, let me just pause for a while. How many of you have thought about your book titles? Can you chat? Can you give your answer here? Tama, Julius, no? Talaga nakikringe ka kasi, oh my gosh, yung grammar ko, di ba? Okay. So, sino sa inyo dito, meron na naisip na title? And if you have a title, kindly type it sa ating chat box. The Tiger Mom. Talaga naman si Nia, no? Catchy. feel mo yung passion. Missionaries frequently ask questions in the Book of Mormon. Right. Okay, Leo, great. There is already a popular book, great, right now, and it's a bestseller, so you may want to change your title already. Marie Cristo, Troubleshooters. Okay, Naked Choices, Maths for Success. You have to check Maths for Success as well, Patrick. I think I've encountered this title. Twisted, Jacqueline, is this a novel or what? My Mission, yes. John Panyabot from Gutierrez. Okay, I'm asking about your personal book titles, if you have one. So this is important, huh? Because you might be so excited about the prospect of your about the title of your book, but you run a quick search in Google and Amazon and type these titles, you might be surprised there will be like 10 to 20 matches of the same titles. While there are no copyrights for titles, no, Luis, mahirapan kang makita ng ibang tao, especially kung ang kalaban mo ay bestseller. And you will not appear in the main searches already. Art Collector novel, Some Choices. Wow, this is intriguing to me. Wandering Thoughts. I might say it's about poetry or novel. Everything about love is love. Okay, Gold Dust, Information, Insights, and Imperatives. Oxymoron, How I Deal with Haters and Negative People. Giselle, I think you have a best-selling book here. Yeah. Her Life, My Choice. It's a life story. Okay, I'll talk about copyright, maybe sa ating Q&A, because this is just the first segment of this webinar. This is just how to write your first book. My second webinar, and I'll tell you, it's about how to self-publish and market your book. And we're not going to talk much about it today, kasi meron pa tayong itatakal, okay? So that's about it. ASL for you, Mark, okay? Very good, very good. The other one is create a killer cover. Kailangan, you can judge a book by its cover, that's true. Kayo, how many times have you been to National Bookstore and nakakatch yung attention nyo just because of the cover? Kahit pa garbage inside yan, pero nakuha ka sa labas. So ganun din. It works both ways. Kahit sa sarili, diba? Sa importante yung aesthetics. So you have to hire an artist if you don't know one, or you can explore about this. Marami ka makukuha sites where you can get that. But if you don't know how to do it, please get someone who knows how to do it. And then another one, which is the most important consideration, is you have to hire a professional editor, please, because your first draft isn't the one you will publish. I edit manuscripts, especially poetry manuscripts. Iba, I don't edit novels because that's not my expertise. But I have a team of editors who do that. Iba kasi ang pag-edit ng poetry sa novels. But the bottom line is, you will not publish the first draft na ginawa mo. Okay? Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na hindi importante yung grammar. That's not about it. It's about the content of my book. But you know what comes in the way to a good readable, intelligible, and readable book? Actually, yung mga grammar. Kapag may mga mali dyan, yung mga misplaced comma and punctuation, yung mga hindi subject-verb agreement, nakakaloka yan, di ba? Yung, oh my gosh, sa halip na nakakoncentrate ka doon sa message ng book, and I tell you, it's a bad habit that I have, done. Kasi nga, pag nagbabasa ako ng book, medyo critical na din yung icon na, bakit ganito yung pagkakasulat dito? Dapat tinanggal tong word na to, dapat ni-reword to, ni-rephrase to. So, if you are not really a good writer right now, I tell you, when you're done, you have to hire a professional editor. Okay? Someone's calling me, but I cannot answer that. Okay? Totoo yan. At saka, you know what? You will be bashed. Kapag nasa Amazon ka, and then people are so free to give their reviews, magbabackfire sa'yo yan. Kapag hindi mo inayos ang book mo, and then you're able to sell to someone, they feel that they have been cheated. And they will give you bad reviews. You can get as low as 1 star on Amazon, and that will affect your sales on Amazon. A bad review will affect your credibility as a writer. So make sure you understand the points that I've told you on this slide. All right? Next. Lloyd, ilang oras na tayo? Malapit na tayo. A few slides na lang.
It's 10:08 na.
So a little over 1 hour. Okay. These are some of my author's tips to you. Number 1, establish your writing space. Okay? Kailangan comfortable ka. No? Get an ergonomic chair, a relaxing one that you can, bend and adjust. Kasi sedentary lifestyle ang writer's lifestyle. So, madalas makakalimot ka na, ilang oras ka na nagsusulat, and your back starts to ache. So, yun. Kailangan meron kang place to write where no noise, no distraction. Ako kasi I'm the kind of writer that cannot really think when there is the presence of noise. Kahit gano'n pa yun, kahit music yan, hindi ko kaya mag-isip. Okay? And another thing is research your ideas. Like I said, baka meron ng ganyang libro. So you have to find a way to tweak that material into something that is not yet offered in the market. Okay? Maraming leadership books, maraming management books, but what will set you apart? Okay? So next is assemble your writing tools. Okay? Marami kayong pwedeng ma-download na apps. If you're into novels, maraming ways for you to plot your chapters, no, not using the bubble method, the mind mapping tools, but just the same, you have to assemble your writing tools. Some of you, handwriting, magaling, gusto nyo talaga sinusulat. Some of you, I don't know, may gumagamit ka ba sa inyo ng nag-engrave sa brass plates, right? So another thing is no to plagiarism, my dear friends. Very sophisticated ng ating mga apps ngayon. A simple run on a sentence or your paragraph that you have written, makikita nila yan kapag kinuha mo yan sa isang author. So I tell you, do not destroy your credibility because you will copy other people's work. That's not professional. Aside from that, this is about your personal message, your personal life. You don't have to copy other people, okay? You're unique, you are enough, and you have a lot of things to say. While you make a lot of references and inferences from other authors, you can quote them as you wish, but do not get a lot of those material. Palagi, yung libro should be should be like, I can say it should be like about 90% yours and just 10% galing sa iba. Kasi otherwise, they will just buy those books na nire-recommend mo, diba? Kung wala kang i-offer na something different. Okay, and to those who are struggling with their English and a lack of vocabulary, then make your dictionary your best friend. When I was younger, in my elementary years, I would study new words, memorize, and then use them in my daily life. That's just one new word each day. And till today, ginagamit ko yan. Okay? It's important kasi meron tayong tinatawag the musicality of the words, the right usage of the word, not just because you learn about the word obfuscate or you learn about the word myriads or tremendous. You will use all of those words. Lahat na lang yung nakikita sa bawat chapter mo, the same word pero inappropriately used. So there's just the right usage for each word in the dictionary. You have to learn how to use them. So when you look for a word, you look up for a word in the dictionaries. You also look for sentences, how this word is used. Okay? I'm looking at the sky while giving you that one. Okay, learn nouns and verbs. This is important. Now, a lot of you might be enchanted or you love adverbs and adjectives. I tell you, these are weak parts of speeches. Okay? Dapat ang matutunan ninyo ay nouns and verbs. Verbs move you. It gives you power. The presence of verbs properly used will make your book authoritative. And learning how to name things. No, you cannot just say flower. If you can be more specific, is it a gumamela chrysanthemum? Is it a daisy? Okay, you don't just say, I saw an insect. That's not an insect. What kind of insect it is? Is it an ant? Is it a what? What kind of ant? So you see, the more you're specific, especially if you are writing short stories or you're writing novels or poetry, kailangan may vivid, no? Kailangan ma-create mo yung picture dun sa mind ng mga readers mo. So your only arsenal of weapons really come from your wide range of vocabulary. If you're not good at it, I say meron pa kayong pag-asa. You can do it. And then there's no substitute to reading. If you want to be a good writer, you have to be a reader first. You cannot be a good writer if you don't know how to read. Kung tamad ka mag-read. Because it works both ways. Who will read your work? Tamad ka nga magbasa ng works na. So you're not giving justice to the very cause that other people are doing when they are launching their books. Okay? So much for our author's tips. Malapit na tayo, and then Q&A na tayo. Now, these are some of my most favorite books because I refer to them again and again. 100 Ways to Improve Your Writing, The Elements of Style by Strunk and White, Grammar Power, marami na itong editions, but it is published by Kaplan. You can find all of this on Amazon. Bird by Bird by Anne Lamott, Writing Down to the Bones and Contemporary Vocabulary. I love this book, Contemporary Vocabulary, if you want to learn about those things that I told you, specific nouns and verbs, adverbs, and adjectives, okay? So suggested readings natin yan to improve your writing. And of course, well, it's not yet here, but on June 2020, I will be publishing my book with Addendum, You Too Can Write, a complete guide for writers, all right? Now, what to do after the webinar? Hinga nga muna tayo doon. Parang hiningal ako no? Sige, have you learned a lot about the webinar? Is it sufficient for you to start writing your first book? Can you say what has been your most important, favorite topic that has been covered here in this webinar? Okay, mind mapping tool. I love that as well. Mind mapping. Breakdown of your ideas, yes. Work on your deadlines, it's important. Idea finder, yes. Nia, you have to really use the mind mapping. Eugene, is it advisable to her? Okay. So ngayon, Lloyd, pupunta na ba tayo? Teka lang ha. Let me just finish my 2 slides pa. So the next webinar will be how to self-publish and market your book, but I will not be launching it very soon because I want to give you time to write your book first. Okay ba yun? And then I will also look for a schedule that will be okay with the academy. Next. Preview on the next webinar, I will teach you how to have a 10K launch, $10,000 launch if you rely on book sales, how to make book sales in Kindle, print, and audiobooks, and then how can you get business from your books. And the truth about that, you don't need to be tech savvy at all. You don't need to spend a lot on marketing. You don't even need a traditional publisher. What you need is only to invest in a mentor to guide you through the process. Okay, that will be the content of the next webinar. So if you have any questions, and you can write it down and take a screenshot of this one. But if you want the slides and the handouts, please drop an email to gmjapublishing@gmail.com. That's where I will give you the notes. And then I also invite you to follow and like my FB author page. That's Gutierrez, author TV host. I'm sorry that I cannot add any more friends on my regular Facebook account. You can also visit Facebook page GMJ Entertainment Productions and visit our website gmjentertainmentproductions.com. Okay, again, if you have questions that cannot be answered today or some topics that you are dying to know, then shoot me an email, then I'll be responding to you. Okay, let me now show my face because it's Q&A time. Stop sharing.
All right.
Okay, Lloyd.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ayo. We really enjoyed listening to you and learning a lot on how to write our first book. We're really excited. So this time we're now giving our attendees to ask questions. I can see that there are a lot of questions posted in the Q&A box. So let me.
Okay, let's go to that.
All right.
Okay.
So there was a question here. How old were you when you first published a book?
How old? I think that was late in my late 20s. Late 20s na. Yung aking buy one take
All right.
one.
But there's a follow-up question. Did you imagine writing?
Did I what? Well, I took communication arts and I've been into writing since then. Pero somehow, along the way.
Did you imagine writing it?
Did I imagine what? Lloyd?
Did you imagine writing your own book or was it something unexpected? Can you hear me, Raya?
Yes, yeah, medyo mahina lang. Sige nga, baka sa akin yun, no? Lalaksan ko nga. Yeah, I really wanted to become an author, pero hindi talaga decisive. But it was just 3 years ago. Kasi nakapagsulat na ako 10 years ago, nakapag-publish na ako, nagkaroon ako ng book launch sa SM City, Cebu. And after that, hindi na nasundan. But 3 years ago, bumalik uli sa akin yung drive to write again because I saw the benefits of being a published author. nakita ko sa mga sinusundan ko because I followed a lot of successful authors, listened to webinars, mga blogs, binabasa ko. That's when I realized that if I wanted to become a market leader in what I'm doing, then I have to publish my book. So out of necessity and at the same time, out of the passion, childhood passion na rekindle when I was in my, in these years.
All right. Since you published a book, there's a follow-up question also. Did you ever get rejected?
Oh, several times. I did the traditional publishing avenue. I even submitted to a lot of journals, yung mga traditional publishers, and I have more rejection letters than acceptance letters. That's the truth about it. Kaya nga maraming tumitigal because pag nare-reject na sila ng mga traditional publishers, kasi ang titingnan ng traditional publishers is your following, especially today. Titingnan nila yung FB page mo, yung author's page mo. Titingnan nila kung searchable ka na ba sa Google, okay? So, it's a catch-22 that these traditional publishers will invest in you after you have invested in yourself. So kung gusto mo talagang mag-target ng traditional publishers in the future, what you want to do is to self-publish first and launch yourself as a self-published author. And if you become more successful, then the traditional publishers will start, sila naman niligo sa'yo. It happened to me with Toad Publications based in Canada. Sila na nag-publish ng isang anak ko because of that. Because they see that I have a following right now.
Wow, nice. There's a good question here. How can I apply the question? Why do they need this book to a storybook?
Ano yun? Anong question niya doon? Hindi ko na-gets. Pakiulit daw.
Oh, okay. How can I apply the question? Why do they need this book?
It's a storybook for what? Is it a storybook for children?
He's not specific with the question, but
okay. Can you just
rewrite?
Can you just retype your question and be specific? What kind of storybook? Because again, kung titignan mo yung target niche mo.
That question is from Julius Moralion.
Okay, Julius, if you can just retype your question and be specific, what kind of a storybook is it? Is it for children, for teenage, for adult? What is it about? Because you can really sell, pag novel yan or short story, this storybook is for children who love adventures. It's for teenagers who want to cope up with depression and anxiety and can relate to this particular protagonist in my story. So yun. Depende. Sige, next. Well, there is one question here. I want to read, Lloyd, while you're looking at some of the questions. I was told that there is also politics among publishers. For example, if they don't like you or your writing style, and that's incompatible with theirs, they won't really publish you. Is this a real buyer? If it is, how do you overcome it? Yeah, that's one of the disadvantages when you are with a traditional publisher. They hold the rights. And yun ang problema ng maraming successful authors like George R. Martin, yung ginawa ng The Game of Thrones, you know that? And some of the writers na sumikat, particularly yung mga pang young adult fiction, you have Divergent, you have Hunger Games. Minsan sinusulat pa lang nila, even the Harry Potter series, sinusulat pa lang nila ngayon, and then nakita sila ng traditional publishers. The publisher has the right to tell you how to end the story, how for their consumption, for their own egos and desire. So yun, they hold the rights to your work. That's about it. So another thing is, papakailaman talaga nila yon. Kaya nga meron din silang editor, and if they want you to shift your tone or your voice, they have the liberty to do that because you're under contract with them. This is the reason why I launched myself as a self-published author. I want to have as much liberty as I can get because I am an artist. I cannot be confined in a certain parameter or standard or stereotype author because kasi maraming ganyan na hindi ka sisikat eh. Pero look at Langley, look at Ruby Kaur, look at all of these poets na we have Instagram poets. That's the thing today. People are not into much long poems like katulad kay Faulkner, kay Leo Tolstoy, hindi na ganun eh. What people want now is micro poems, just a few lines pero na-capture yung mga hugot, di ba? Yun yung mga uso ngayon. So ikaw din, meron kang sariling style. So kapag meron kang traditional publisher, medyo naka-curtail yon. Medyo pina-fine-tune ka nila to fit in. Kung lalo na kapag mga established Barnes & Noble, Apple, yung mga ganun klase mga traditional publishers because they are big and they can command. They have the leadership that you don't have right now. Okay ba yun?
Okay. Although I cannot relate to some of it. Um, here's another question, or she said here, Jennifer Pelosina, I wrote poems for others. Most of the poems I made, I've thrown or given away. This week, I saw a link that pays more poetry. Will this be a good idea?
Yeah, try those avenues. Try ka muna mag-submit ng papira-piraso, piece by piece. And then, kapag nakuha mo na yung journal na yan or design, they will ask for more. And ang importante kasi dito, if you're a writer and mag-launch ka as a self-published author, you have to build a portfolio. Importante yon na makahaba, no? Ito, nakapag-submit ka sa ganito. And you go for the reputable na mga magazines, hindi yung mga pang, kumbaga, sa local version natin yung mga pang tik-tik, hindi gano'n, no? Dapat pipili ka ng mga, hindi tabloid, pipili ka ng mga high caliber na mga publications because by then you can gauge yourself. Pero kung novice nyo, amateur pa, bago ka pa lang, try mo lang yon. Then join poetry groups or writing groups, hone mo yung skills mo while you're still building your portfolio. But yeah, I've been paid several times for my poetry.
Wow. Brothers and
Kasi
sisters,
to, no?
questions.
Lloyd, kay PJ, no? Paano po naman si Sir if I
Yes,
wanted to write a novel? Should I still consider book positioning? Oh yeah, you definitely should because gagawa ka ng blurb eh. Yung blurb J.K. Rowling. Mga ganon. So, kailangan mo yan. Especially, katulad nito, I have a friend, his name is Roy de la Cruz. He's one of the, kasi papapublish ko siya this year. But ang kanya is collection of short story. But then again, it's still targeted. Ngayon, sumulat siya ng isang libro. Gusto kong sumulat ng libro, so specific, di ba? Pero meron siyang book about novels. Especially about novels, kailangan mo talaga ng framework dyan. So, it will start with your book positioning. Again, going back, may tinatawag ng mga genre. May sci-fi, may romance, may thriller, may mga cyberpunk, mga ganon. Maraming pa mga sub-genre. If you're going to type sa Google yung mga genres, ang dami yan. So, imaginein mo, ang daming writers writing the same genre. So, kailangan lumitaw ka, di ba? Kailangan mo ng book positioning.
There's a question from Leslie. After finishing, where do I go to publish it, or is it going to be expensive?
Well, tulad na sinabi ko kanina, after mo ma-write yan, if you really go for the self-publish, there are a lot of ways that you can self-publish your book. Kaya nang aaralin mo talaga yan. Halimbawa, pwede kang pumunta sa Book Hub, sa Lulu, sa Google Play Store, sa Amazon, sa maraming avenues online. And if you can just run a quick search, share ko rin yung sa next webinar, ito yung mga pwede kang. And this you can, at no entry fee. Wala. Pero the legwork comes on you. So talagang kailangan magbusisi ka. Yun lang, the determination and the discipline. And kailangan, marami pa tayong pag-uusapan pagdating dito. Kasi ito, writing your book pa lang tayo eh. Another thing, the next phase to this is, now that you have a book, how can you successfully launch it? How can you make sure that this book will land to the target reader, yung target avatar mo. Yun. So, yeah, I might answer it very quickly now. Then you self-publish. You can simply go to Amazon and discover it for yourself, or you can get a book mentor. You can probably, may iba, yun nga, sabi ko, minsan may investment dyan na kailangan kang magbayad just to get things first, the first time. Pero kapag ka naging, bihasa ka na, lagi mo ginagawa, then you'll definitely discover. This is the reason why I'm writing the book, You Too Can Write, because it's a complete guide for writers. Yung mga ganitong questions, talagang sagot talaga doon. Yun lang, inaayos pa. It's not yet available.
I think I have a same question from Catherine Ramirez. If it's your first time to write a book, is it okay if you're gonna write as a co-author? And what are the challenges, as what asked by Sister Catherine Ramirez? What are the challenges of working with a co-author?
Okay, ako talaga, I am anthologist. I am a collaborator. papansin niyo, marami akong mga books na marami akong co-authors because I love working with other people. Ang challenges lang ng having a co-author is this. Parang business din na bago kayo magsimula, there should be clear agreement on your part. It should be on black and white. For example, pag pinag-usapan na yung book revenues, kasi okay pa kayo kapag nagsisimula pa lang kayo, ganda na ideas. Pero pag-usapan din niyo, how are you going to split up the profits of the earnings of the book? Okay, yun lang yung challenges doon. Tsaka, yung co-author, make sure that they are the ones that share the same ideals and values that you have. Kasi if you are the person who values time management, tapos yung co-author mo medyo naglalax, hindi nagko-complete ng deadlines, mahihirapan ka with your pacing, with your launching of the book kasi baka ma-delay ka just because this author, and you have to find out if the author is okay with his work na pinakikialaman ng editor. Kasi yung iba parang ayaw nila ng pinakikialaman sila ng editor. So magiging challenge mo yun kapag hindi ka sumusunod. And the other challenges really is about, for me, yung work ethics lang ng co-author. Yun lang naman magiging challenge mo dyan. Some authors don't even care about earning something. They just want to launch their books. Pero lalo na kung maging bestseller ka, hindi mo maiiwasan na people will run after you and, oh, bakit siya lang yung kumita? Ako wala. So yun yung mga bagay na dapat clear from the start.
Right. Wow. Okay. I think there are still a few questions in the Q&A box.
Ayun na natin to.
All right, let's answer this question here. Julius asked, in writing a fictional storybook, is it easy to find duplicates of your idea? Because I don't want to write a book after doing research, then later on be told that it's a copycat of an old story.
Yeah, remember my author's tip? You have to research your ideas. It's important. Kasi before you know it, meron na pala nasulat na gano'n. It happened to me. I was thinking of a novel where there's just the sky people, no? Nasa ano sila, suspended in the air, and these are the lowlanders. And, just recently I was watching The 100 on Netflix, and I said, oh my gosh, my idea is not that novel anymore. If you want to avoid na being labeled as copycat, at least alam mo kung ano yung mga existing books in your genre. It pays to really read about the authors who share the same passion or the same books that you write. Importante yun. While you can get some inspiration and ideas, make sure that you also come up with something brand new. Sa'yo lang talaga. Hindi natin may iwasan yan. Sa totoo lang. Kahit naman sa negosyo Naisip mo na to, pero pag tingin mo, may gumagawa na rin pala. It goes the same way to books. Parehas lang yan. Marami ng mga nasulat na naisip mo na. So you have to think of a new angle. Kaya babalikan ko ulit yung importance ng book positioning because if you are targeted, you have a target avatar in your head, mas madali mo siya ngayon mas steer yung iyong direction sa pagsusulat ng book.
All right. Here's another question here. Is it a good start to self-publish in Wattpad?
Is it what?
Wattpad. Is it good to start?
Okay.
Is it good
I have to warn you on Wattpad. I have to warn you on Wattpad because people steal a lot of stories from Wattpad. Okay? And kung maganda naman yung story mo, may potential, pero you already publish it on Wattpad, hindi mo na yung mapapublish sa traditional publishers if they discover you. Pero kung just for fun, just for the hobby of getting some readers, building a readership, tapos let's say you have thousands of readers there, magiging madali na sa'yo ibenta yung next book mo. But then again, you have to guard yourself against theft. Maraming magnanakaw ng mga works na yun. So number one is Wattpad. That's where the scavengers and the thieves are. Okay. What will you suggest between these two? Write about experiences or write about imaginations? Again, balikan natin yung mga questions, the litmus test, right? Okay? So, ano yung magiging happy ka? Ano yung matatapos mo? At saka yung likelihood na matatapos mo siya. If you are really wild with your imaginations, then you go for something like fiction, right? Or poetry. But when you say about experiences, then it's about motivational or inspirational, how to, yun lang naman yun Kumbaga parang right brain and left side of the brain. So, kung ikaw, mas gusto mo yung nag-explore ng iba't ibang worlds, Diba? You come up with your own worlds. Yan, dun ka sa imaginations mo. Fiction and poetry are best for you. Pero kung dito ka sa practicality, you want to inspire people, then go for the experience-based, then dito ka sa mga non-fiction na genre. What can you say about a memoir as a first book? I am writing a memoir right now, but just a word about memoir is that you have to, again, don't tell your entire story. You just have to take one outstanding thing that tells you who you are or what you are. For example, ang life mo, nakita mo, no, since birth hanggang sa paglaki mo, it has always been about being resourceful or being self-reliant. So pag sumulat ka ng memoir, yun yung content nun. It's about you being self-reliant. No? Other details, wag na yun. Kasi the more detailed you are, for example, kay Nelson Mandela, I have this memoir. So sana ko din sa loob ng kwarto. Pero anyway, just the same, no, pinakita doon yung kanyang naging journey kung bakit naging very influential siya sa world. So gano'n. It's not a bad idea. It's actually a good idea to write a memoir as a first book. Next. Huwag muna kayo alis pala, pa-picture muna tayo bago tayo. Okay, if you can still spare some of your time. What do you think? Wattpad? Sabi ko nga, yes, they started there and they were discovered by a traditional publisher and yun yung kanilang avenue. So iba-iba lang. Sa totoo lang, there are a lot of avenues for you to be discovered. There are a lot of avenues. Can you suggest platforms where we could practice writing? The simplest platform I can tell you is go to writing groups on Facebook. Yan. Hanapin mo yan sila. Lalo na yung mga writing groups that offer feedback. Not just about, wow, that's beautiful or brilliant. You want to have writers giving you honest feedback. So go for those kind of writing groups. Is copywriting another topic? Can you give us an idea and what office and email, what publisher can you recommend? Copywriting, another. Yeah, I think we have a webinar for this, no? Lloyd by Edeline, copywriting. Yes. And I suggest that you also attend that. Kasi importante din yan. Kapag gusto niyo po mag-self-publish author, do you just declare? Do you need an institution? No. Special trainings? No. Self-publish, self-reading, self-taught? Yeah, yun, mga yun. You just have to follow successful authors who have done it with a couple of books, attend some webinars, and then you will be on your way to becoming a self-published author. You don't need to get accredited for something. Do I need to get ISBN for my book? Yes and yes. If you want, okay, I'll talk about copyright issues, copyright in the Philippines. And I can give you this as a free guide. Probably kung gusto nyo sa next webinar, this can also be a free guide for you. For you to secure a copyright of your book, you have to pay 200 pesos and you have to submit applications, notarized applications to the Copyright Office of the National Library in Ermita, Manila. Okay, at Ermita, Manila. And then the ISBN, after you have secured a copyright, then you will apply another one for an ISBN. But this time you have to be covered by a publisher or a printer, a business, legal business that have those permits. Okay? Pag gusto mo mag-publish, especially pag papasok ka sa National Bookstore, kailangan kang kumuha ng ISBN. Now, if you go for a self-published author sa Amazon, then the KDP Publishing will take care of it for you. That's their platform. Okay, KDP Kindle Direct Publishing is the platform of Amazon for publishing books. So sila naman ang magbibigay na sa'yo ng ISBN. It's not a problem anymore. Okay, so let's say we write free for now. When is the right time to ask for payment? When you are good enough. That's about it. Teka lang, ulitin ko yung sagot ko doon. Let's say when you write free for now, when it's the right time to ask for payment. If you're serious about your craft, and hindi ako nang babarat ng mga artists. Kapag gumagawa sila ng mga book covers ko, I pay for them. Kasi inaral nila yun eh. Okay? Same thing to you. Huwag kang magbibigay ng free lang. Kapag may nagpagawa sa'yo, magpabayad ka kahit pa paano. Okay? So babalikan ko yun. Babawiin ko yung sinabi ko kanina. As much as possible, pag may nagpagawa sa'yo, may nagpa-commission sa'yo ng trabaho, whether it's just an essay or pinagawa ka ng assignment nila, magpabayad ka. Hindi pwedeng wala. Ako, for example, editing, it's an expertise, no? Not everyone can edit manuscripts. So, I make sure na kapag nagpabayad ako, happy ako kasi I'll be dealing with these manuscripts for days and weeks. And kumbaga, I will put myself into the mind of this author. So, kukunin ko yung buhay ko, aalis ako sa reality ko, pupunta ako sa reality ng author na to. I have to make sure that I am paid well because it's worth, the sacrifices, the time, and of course, yung mga learnings na ginawa mo in practice. So, it goes the same with writing. Kung may nagpagawa sa'yo and you know kung alam mo naman yung caliber mo, magpabayad ka, huwag kang magbibigay ng libre. Kasi, ang tao, pag sinimulan ka sa libre, mahihirapan ka na mag-charge. That's it. I have a friend, her name is Demi Bernice, and she's a very successful graphic designer and a freelancer. She's a former teacher, pero hindi maganda yung naging profession niya. So she went into this website design, copywriting especially. Do you know that for a simple copyright, for a simple copy for a certain company, sumisingil siya ng mga $300 to $500. Isang banner lang yun, isang poster lang yun. So, just because ang dami niyang inaral ng mga apps. Ganun din yung tanong ko sa'yo. So, how serious are you with your craft that you can tell the other people na I'm the best person you can get for this job? Especially if you were going to be a ghostwriter. Ikaw magsusulat sa mga taong tamad magsulat. But they have the ideas, but they don't know how to write. Ikaw magiging ghostwriter. Make sure it's gonna be worth your time and effort for every... But then again, ulitin ko, huwag kang magbibigay ng libre. Magpabayad ka. Next. Okay, can you please recommend, depende kung ano editor ang hanap mo, Patrick, and how much does that usually cost? Iba-iba talaga ang price range niya. May mga editors, especially American and British authors, editors that they charge $1 per word, $1 cent per word, 1 cent per word. Parang dito lang din yan, parang 1 centavo per word naman sa, depende. Ako, I charge depende sa number of pages, sa number of words. Kasi the longer the manuscript, the more time you will edit it. Saka yung nagbabari din yan sa level ng writer. Kung talagang novice writer, makikita mo na maraming work na gagawin. Makikita mo rin na expert na, so you tend to charge less. Pero dun sa mga newbies pa, talagang you charge more because that's a lot of work. For example, sa poetry manuscript ko, usually nasa $200. That's 10,000 pesos for a specific poetry manuscript. Again, still differs. Depende sa clients. Ano po limit ng genre para di ka makonsider na jack of all trades sa writing? I like to write a book about helping missionaries. Well, you know what? Nothing's stopping you from writing sa iba't ibang genres. There are a lot of authors who are consummate writers. Lahat yata ng genre, meron sila mga pinablish na books doon. So it doesn't matter. But if you're thinking about building your credibility and your believability, you may want to start at something where you're really good at. Concentrate ka na muna doon. So kung sa sales ka, yun yung muna yung concentrate mo before you venture out into another genre. Okay? For example, inisip mo, mas gusto ko yung genre ng historical romance novels. Kasi maraming romance novels. So, may niche ka dyan, di ba? Kasi historical romance, based on actual stories. It really doesn't matter. There's no limit to the number of genres that you can do. Okay, what else? How about blogging? It's one way of writing, and that's how you get readership. So, you go for blogging. Kasi dyan mo ibibenta yung mga ideas mo. Once you have the readership, madali ka na magbenta sa kanila, diba? If you can capture 500, 1,000, 10,000 na active na mga fans mo sa blogging mo, right? Now, if parody po yung gusto kong genre, do I have to ask permission from authors of the original stories? There are limits to this, especially kapag if you will go to, if they're public domain, no, you can quote them. Pero meron pa rin, just to be sure, it's better to ask. Ako, before I publish, no, especially kapag mga medyo sensitive and medyo lengthy yung material na kukunin ko sa kanila, I ask permission. But if this is public domain, for example, you're taking the examples of Stephen Covey, Walt Whitman, kay Les Brown, kilalang-kilala na yung mga yan, di ba? So, nearly everywhere in the book na makikita mo, nandiyan yung mga pangalan nila. It also goes to the collection. Some of you might be thinking, I just want to have a collection of inspiring stories or quotations. You can actually do that. You can actually do that. Pero siguraduhin mo lang, again, meron kang novelty, mas mataas yung percentage na it came from you more than you copied or with permit dun sa mga pinunan mo na sources. Do you sign up for an editor's site or clients contacted you because of your book? Sign up for an editor's site? No, not really. Sign up. What do you mean by sign up for an editor's site? Ang simple agreement lang naman with an editor is that you pay the editor, you're done with it, or we're done with him. Or unless meron kang collaboration with the editor, hindi mo babayaran ng editor, then you will just split the profits. Mga ganon. Maraming mga setup eh. How many ebooks have you published? All of my books have ebooks. But right now, this year, starting this year, medyo nagpahinga ako sa poetry because I want to really explore the big opportunity that awaits in publishing ebooks. That's really the trend right now. So ngayon, I'm going for inspirational, motivational, and how-to books, self-help books ngayon. And these are big on Amazon and other platforms. Okay, when you're also collaborating or making anthologies, it's an option for you to pay the writers, or you can just ask their pieces for donation only, or you can split the profits. Depende sa agreement. Okay, so if you will be commissioned to edit a manuscript, it's because people ask you and then they will pay you. So ang agreement lang dyan is that you put the name of the editor on your manuscript. And then there's usually a contract that you sign agreeing on the price and what kind of editing. Marami kasing levels of editing. Developmental, may copywriting, okay? So maraming levels of the editing. Kaya dapat alamin din ninyo kung anong klaseng pagpapa-edit ang gagawin ninyo. Kasi kung ano ka lang yan, kung let's say it's a story, then you go for a developmental editor. Kasi siya yung titingin ng story mo, how the story progresses in the novel or short story. Okay? Pero kung ikaw lang naman ay after lang naman sa mga grammar and syntax formation, ibang klaseng editor din yan. So, may copy editor, mga ganun. So, iba-iba lang, levels of that. Sige. Ay, Lloyd, nawala ba ako? Hindi pala. Sorry.
Okay lang.
Okay. So, again, I advise that before you publish your books, you get a copyright. Sinabi ko na yan kanina. And if you want a step-by-step guide for copywriting your books in the Philippines, I have all the details that you need. Just have to do the legwork. So, can we show our faces now?
All right. Sister Ayo, we really thank you for taking the time to share your knowledge and skills on how to write a book. We are excited for the next one, the next learning that we're going to learn after 90 days, maybe, as you said, that we need to write our first book within 90 days.
In fact, after 90 days, we can probably come up with another webinar with the same participants because we want to find out how they're doing. Okay? And if you just need a little boost every now and then, I'm on Facebook, so you can just drop a message and say hi to me and tell me about your struggles and how can we move you forward from point A to point B. Okay? Sige daw, Lloyd. Back to you, Lloyd.
All right. Thank you, Sister Ayo. So, brothers and sisters, thank you so much for coming in and learning with us. Before we end this webinar, we'll have a closing prayer. But after the closing prayer, you can stay because we will be inviting you as panelists so we can have a short mini reunion, right? So we will invite now Michael to offer the closing prayer. Michael.
Our Father in heaven, we're thankful for this wonderful blessing to have Sister Ayo to teach us and inspire us to write our ideas, thoughts, and our story. Help us, Father, to overcome our weakness and challenges and our fears. Help us, Father, to be effective in all the things that we do, especially in putting our thoughts, our message to paper. Help us, Father, be inspired by those great people who come before us. Help us, Father, to continually learn through this webinar series. And also, please bless our mentors, and especially this time, Sister Ayo, to continually inspire people and help them be better. All these things, Father, we pray for and ask you in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
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 Sister
Yeah.
Ayo, please stay also, Sister Ayo.
Yeah.
Maybe some attendees will be asking questions.
Sure. Let's go live. Let them go live.
All right. I'm starting to add them to the panelist.
Ingitin ko lang sila. Ito, no? So, these are my books. So, I hug them at night.
Nakulabas ng book, Mami.
Ang sarap ng feeling na, oh my gosh, this is actually the first book. It's a collection of poems, haiku poetry. Mga short poems to, Japanese na poem. Ito naman, a collaboration with worldwide writers. It's a protest poem. Mga laban sa gobyerno. Okay, what's not right about our society. This is another poetry collection, Tanka, Japanese form of poetry. Another collection, I have two co-authors. They are Americans. Ito yung sabi ko sa inyo, bestseller sa Amazon. Almost as the same as never. This is so special to me because this is my first poetry collection. Yearnings. Yung mga poems na inipon ko ng maraming taon, ito na siya. Nahawakan ko na sa isang libro. And this one I collaborated with some of the writers that I admire and respect in that case. So we came up with an anthology as well. And there's some other stuff. Yeah. Okay. Say hi.
Salamat po sa knowledge na sinigay.
Thank you, Cecile. Meron pa ba tayong questions? Para kuha tayo ng picture tayo.
Thank you.
Again, if you want the notes, and the slides, drop shoot me an email sa binigay ko kanina. Yung email ko, ano nga uli yun? Ito siya. Sandali. Yeah, that's it. GMGA.
That's it.
Publishing at GMJ Publishing at gmail.com. Alam mo, nakalimutan ko sabihin, pero importante to. Magkaroon kayo ng accountability partner. Parang sa self-reliance classes. Pero kayong dapat na accountability partner. Para may lagi nangungulit sa inyo kung kamusta na. May nagda-drive pa. Drive. Si George. Oh, mas maganda yung dinideclare mo. Tapos meron kang accountability partner. Kasi pag tinamad ka na, walang gigising sa'yo eh. So you work with someone. Meron pa yata tayong webinar in the afternoon. So I strongly encourage you to also... Naka-unmute pala lahat, no, Lord? I see, kaya pala. Parang ayaw nyo magpakita, ha? Mukhang di pa kayo nagsusupply.
Di pa nga naligo.
Hangin sa loob.
Hangin sa loob.
Thank you so much, Sister Ayo. Magandang mga ideas.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, classmate. Thank you, classmate.
Okay sorry yun tayo after 3 months Para malaman natin kung sino nagtulong.
Nakaka-inspire yung mga na nasulat niyo. Na-inspire ako.
Sister Ayo.
Yes.
Sister Ayo from Jensen. Maraming salamat po.
Hello sa Jensen. Mga taga-Jensen. Okay, watch out na lang for the next webinar on how to self-publish and market your book. It's an equally exciting topic.
Thanks, Ate Ayo from Bataan.
Hi, George! Bishop George! Talaga namang nakasuot ka ng ganyan sa papunta niyan. Bawal maglakwatsa ngayon.
Hindi, pag-apply na ka pwede.
Ay, gano'n ba?
Wala kang magagawa. Trabaho pa rin.
Oo nga, no? Meron din tayo palang audience from UAE today. So thank you for attending. I don't know the time difference, but I appreciate you being here sa ating webinar.
Thank you din.
Sana ituloy nyo ha. Sana magsulat kayo. Pero yun nga, no, after I published my first book, poetry nga lang yung book ko eh. Karoon ako ng TV show, di ba? Who would have thought? Poetry lang yun. Kayo, ano yung mga ideas niyo? Novel, motivational, self-help. Baka mas mag-big time pa yung lalandingan niyo kaysa sa akin, di ba? Ako, I love the prospect of being a self-published author. Grabe yung freedom mo, liberty mo. If you are really a creative person, wala kang takot. Maganda, o kung may takot ka, maganda kung harapin eh. Kasi pag na-overcome mo yung barrier, ang daming possibilities na nangyayari sa'yo.
Beltong!
Live na kay private chat.
Okay, thank you, Leslie. Nakapag-picture ka naman na, Lloyd, no? Okay na?
Hindi pa ako nakapag-picture. I'm still writing.
So if you wanna fine-tune your book positioning statements, you can reach out to me para i-refine natin, fine-tune natin yung book positioning para klaro sa inyo. So ang question, mahirap magsulat ng libro o hindi? After this webinar, mahirap pa rin ba magsulat ng libro o mas maging madali na? Naging madali na. Walang sumagot. Ay, naka-mute kasi.
Yeah, it will be easier na po.
Malaki yun, 70. Yes, Sir James.
Alam mo, sa sobrang inspired ni Cynthia sa webinar mo, pakagawa na ng libro habang nakikinig sa'yo.
Grabe. Record breaker yan.
Nasimulan niya. Sa sobrang inspired niya. Nasimulan agad.
Ang first talaga, iniisip nila bago ka maging published author, kailangan gumastos ka ng malaki, kailangan sikat ka na. Hindi totoo lahat yun eh. Eh, sino ba naman ako, di ba? Simpleng tao lang naman ako, pero I just wrote a book. It's my passion. And I just followed it. Ayun na, nangyayari na lahat ng iniisip ko. You just design your success. That's about it. Yun yung natutunan ko sa libro ko eh, na even if other people will tell you there's no money in it, it's just poetry. Who cares? I don't really care. Kasi nakita ko na yung sarili ko, meron na akong vision sa sarili ko where I wanna go. So, dapat klaro sa inyo talaga. Yung level of success. Kung gagawin nyo lang din career to, dapat klaruhin nyo sa sarili nyo bakit nyo gustong gawin to. Kasi sayang effort, sayang ang time nyo. Kung if you will be here, pero you will be a mediocre writer, kung ano lang, basta lang makapag-publish, sayang eh. You already crossed the bridge eh. gawin mo ng magaling. You have to be the best at what you do.
Nainom kami.
Ito talaga yung natutunan ko.
Bini.
Kung Tagalog yan, pero ikaw ang pinakamagaling magsulat sa Tagalog, sa Filipino, di ba? O kahit Ilocano pa yan eh. Kahit sabihin mong ano pa yan eh. Kapampangan pa yan. Pero pinakamagaling ka magsulat sa Kapampangan. Di, fight na fight. You know what? It's because of my books, no? Share ko sa inyo, no? My dear friends. Wala pang taong nagnuto sa akin. Each time I invite a person to be part of my project, I always get a yes. It's not a gift, it's not a drive, but it's not something to brag about it. Pero sabi ko nga sa inyo, kapag na-build nyo na yung portfolio ninyo, people will look at you as someone credible, trustworthy, and you are competent. Malaking bagay yun. Ako, nung nasa Pampanga pa ako, nakapasok ako talaga sa mga inner circle ng mga artists and yung mga big names talaga sa Pampanga. And each time I ask yung mga sikat doon ng mga artists, sabi ko, can I ask you to do my book cover or can you do this for me? Or alam mo, talagang laging yes. Kaya sabi ko, yung limit pala talaga sa iniisip mo. Talagang nasa isip mo lang. Ang kagandahan sa libro, pagka gusto mong gawin at ginawa mo, kayang-kaya mong gawin. Yun lang yung greatest learnings ko talaga sa ginagawa ko ngayon. Tsaka maiiba talaga ang tao sa inyo, brothers and sisters and ladies and gentlemen. Pag meron kang libro, iba ang tingin ng tao sa'yo. Feeling nila ang galing-galing mo. I'm serious, but I'm laughing, but I'm serious. You know, iba yung angat ma-elevate talaga yung tingin ng tao sa'yo. Iba yung magiging regard sa'yo. Yung may libro, yung author, di ba? Si Jason, si Cecil, may libro eh. Diba? So, iba ang dating. So, lalo pa ngayon, I think the reason bakit din ako nakita ng ABS-CBN for MMK, it's because of that kasi
MMK?
Ako yung nasa MMK, remember yung kay Destined to Love You, Maris Lacal and Makoy De Leon? Yeah, na-discover ako just because of my writing. Just because of my writing. So you'll never know who will discover you. Hindi mo alam kung sino. So there will be great opportunities waiting for you. No? I'm helping, meron akong friend, andito pa yata si Rosario. No? So, ganun din, mag-asawa sila, maglo-launch sila ng poetry book nila this month. Excited ako para sa kanila kasi ang goal nila is to leave a legacy. Mayroon ako isang friend from Tarlac. She's a researcher, a nurse. The moment she published her book, nagkaroon siya ng physical launch, no? Na-invite niya lahat ng mga prominent ng mga tao doon sa Region 3. Tapos ngayon, iba na talagang dating niya ngayon Kasi published author na Naging mas credible siya And iba na yung tingin ng tao sa kanya. And she's now being discovered in different parts of the world. Kinokontak na siya ng mga publisher, di ba? So, just have to take the first step. And the first step, brothers and sisters and dear friends, is to do your book positioning and do your mind mapping and write. Lang. Ay, di man kayo makapag-reply, no? Kasi naka-mute nga kasi kayo.
Hi, Ayo.
Hey, sino siya? Sinong
Hi, Ayo. Can we get a copy of your the slide sure. Kanina?
Yeah, sure, Kat. Send me
so we can review it. Yes, I'll send it to you later.
Sure.
Thank you.
I'll give it to you. No problem. Pati yung ating mind mapping tools, yung book positioning ng mga statements, bigay ko na yun sa inyo. Pati yung basic book outline. Ano ba yung composition ng isang libro? Andiyan yung introduction, foreword, andiyan ang reviews. Yan. Bigay ko yan sa inyo mamaya. Okay.
Hey, Ayo.
Hi, Nia. It's good to see you. Nia is my new friend.
Thank you,
yeah. She's the owner of, please remind me, Nia. You're the owner of what chain of restaurants is it?
Oh, Milano's Pizza, Pasta, and Pastry.
Milano's Pizza. Do we have one in Cebu? I'm sorry, I'm not aware.
We started here way back 2011. Baguio.
Nasaan ang branch?
Ha?
Nasaan ang branch?
Ngayon, anong tawag ito? Stop ko muna operation because I transferred to Manila. But then, I'm thinking of moving back to Cebu. So, abangan nyo.
Oo, marami kami dito ngayon, no? Cebuanos dito. Dami sila.
Pag ni-launch ko, libre ang pizza o libre yung libro ko?
Pwede. You know what? You can do that, right? You can do that. A book about pizza making or something like that.
Hindi. Pizza na lang ko para bibili ka ng libro ko habang kumakain ng pizza.
Oh, diba? And they get to take home the recipe of that pizza, the pizza they ate. So,
yeah,
lang.
I would like to create a book about not only pizza, but basically why or how single moms like me can actually send to school. And actually, I have a daughter graduating already from law just by cooking. I mean, it's a one-man job for a long time. Recently lang ako ng mga tauhan, so it's like I want to write a book about that because it's all about how do you call that, unlocking or unleashing your potential as a human being. Yeah,
that's exciting. Yeah,
thank you for this, Ayo, ha, because thank you also, Lloyd. Di pa tayo nakita, pero I'll make sure before I leave for Manila, I'm stuck here in Cebu, remember?
Oo nga, malapit ka nang uuwi.
Excited for that, sister.
Pass by sa'yo kasi malapit lang kami ni Ayo, nandito ako sa Avida.
Oo, nandito lang ako sa Apas malapit lang ako sa may Lahu. I hope we meet before you leave. Yeah. So that's exciting. Yeah.
No, I have to leave na for my online class.
Yeah, no problem, Nia. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
God bless. Bye.
Yeah, feel free to leave the webinar unless you have some questions or gusto niyo mag-discuss tayo. I'll be okay. Hindi pa ako gutom. Alam niyo ba si Kevin Kwan, yung author ng Crazy Rich Asians? Movie na yan, di ba? Movie. So si Heart Evangelista, alam niyo yun, di ba? Favorite yan. So si Heart Evangelista, nagsulat siya ng libro, kasi she is a fashion icon, di ba, si Heart? Ang sumulat ng forward niya si Kevin Kwan. So you can do the same. Kapag sumulat ka na ng libro, kumuha ka ng someone prominent to write your forward. Kasi that will be a good endorsement. Tap mo sila, Corina Sanchez, sila, you will be surprised na kapag inask mo yung mga taong to, they can say yes to you. Yeah. So, halimbawa, si Kat, it's about dressmaking. Is there anyone in particular, Catherine, na yung iniidolo na designer, Filipino designer?
Oh yeah, the best Filipino designer that we have is international, si Michael Cinco, but he's so far away, he's in the Middle East. But my favorite designs really are Elisa Ab designs. Amazing. Alam mo, siya nagde-design ng mga royalties and Oscar red carpet dresses. So those are the kind of things na I really love to make. Yun lang. Kaso, yeah.
Why not? Well, it's worth a try, Kat, to approach those people and ask them to review your book or give you a forward.
So maybe local designers na lang. We have a lot of local designers.
Maraming local designers.
Good naman, di ba? Oo.
Yeah. That's important as well, especially if you're aiming to market your book. Some of us kasi parang happy na tayo pag legacy lang eh. Pala lang talaga to sa mga anak ko or sa family ko, okay lang. Pero if you want to launch yourself into this industry and really make it your another career, pwede mong gawin, seryosohin talaga yan. Exciting and journey. Who else wants to talk about their book? So I'll be giving you the PDF copy of the webinar slides. Okay? Ano ko lang muna siya. I-convert ko lang muna into a PDF file. Okay. Pwede pa bang mga pumasok sa Q&A? Wala na yata. Okay na tayo. Yeah. Lloyd, are you still there?
Yes, Sister Ayo, I'm still here.
Okay.
I think you have answered a lot of questions already, and I think all the questions posted in Q&A box. So my dear brothers and sisters, just continue watching our e-learning series. This afternoon we'll have another one. It's about refrigerated cakes by Sister Kalya from, where is she from? General Santos, I guess. Right. So if you're interested to join in, then please come at 1 p.m. this afternoon. Okay.
And Lloyd recorded this webinar, so you can ask Lloyd for a copy of this webinar if you want to review some notes. If you want a review of what we have discussed today.
After this, the recording will be posted in the Academy Philippine virtual slides.
So, ayo mo diha, everyone. Keep safe, keep healthy, and let's do it. Let's write your first book. Make me a part of your journey. I'll be happy to assist you. So, ayo.
Ayo.
Thank you so much.
Atinan niyo yung graphic designing and copywriting. That will help you write your first book.
Thank you po.
And the rest of the webinars. All right, bye.
Bye, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye na.
Bye. Bye, ate.